Bless all the paths our feet walk to be free. Bless all the paths our feet walk to be free. Here comes a woman in the light of dawn. Here comes a woman singing a song. She calls to you, walk her way, and you can hear her singing every day. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya ho. 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 Here comes a woman walking tall and proud. Here comes a woman singing out loud. She has her power and it's strong, and you can hear her singing all day long. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya ho. 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 She has her strength and she knows who she is. She walks in beauty every day that she lives. She takes sorrow, hurt and pain, turns it to moonlight and gentle rain. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya ho. 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 Here comes a woman, and can you see the power of this woman in you and me? She calls to you, walk her way, reclaim your power each and every day. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya ho. 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 Hey ya ho. Hey ya ho.
Let me put on my mask. There it is. There was a time, I've forgotten what I was going to say already. When I was a little girl, it snowed at my birthday, so nobody ever came to my party. So when, it suggests that I do this kind of thing, I'm like, well, nobody will come. But of course, you have proved me all wrong, so I do really appreciate you being here. Oh, thank you, girls. There was a time when I could not have owned that song. That would not have been about me. But now, as I step more and more into my power and the beingness of who I am as an ambassador of God, it's like, yeah, this is cool. This is very, very cool. All right. So I want you to listen to something. So if you'd like to close your eyes and just listen to this. We'll have the comedy in a bit, but it's called Help Me Take Off My Mask. Don't be fooled by me. Don't be fooled by the face that I wear, for I wear 1,000 masks. Masks that I'm afraid to take off. None of them are me. Pretending is an art that's second nature to me, but don't be fooled. For God's sake, don't be fooled. I give the impression that I'm secure, that all is sunny and unruffled with me, within as well as without, that confidence is my name and coolness is my game, that the waters are calm and that I'm in command and that I need no one. But don't believe me, please. My surface may seem smooth, but my surface is my mask. Beneath lies no complacence. Beneath swells the real me in confusion, in fear and aloneness. But I hide this. I don't want anyone to know. I panic at the thought of my weakness and fears being expressed. That's why I frantically create a mask to hide behind. a nonchalant, sophisticated facade to help me pretend, to shield me from the glance that knows that such a glance is precisely my salvation, and I know it. That is, if it's followed by acceptance, if it's followed by love. It's the only thing that will assure me of what I can't assure myself, that I'm worth something. But I don't tell you this. I don't dare, I'm afraid to. I'm afraid that your glance will not be followed by acceptance and love. I'm afraid that you will think less of me, that you will laugh at me and that laugh will kill me. I'm afraid deep down that I'm nothing, that I'm no good, and that you will see this and reject me. So I play my game, my desperate game with a facade of assurance without and a trembling child within. And so begins the parade of masks and my life becomes a front. I idly chatter to you in the suave tones of surface talk. I tell you everything that's really nothing, and nothing of what's everything, of what's crying within me. So when I'm going through my routine, don't be fooled by what I'm saying. Please listen carefully and try to hear what I'm not saying, what I'd like to be able to say, what for survival I need to say, but what I can't say. I dislike hiding, honestly. I dislike the superficial games that I'm playing, the phony game. I really like to be genuine and spontaneous, and me. You've got to help me. You've got to hold out your hand, even when it's the last thing that I seem to want. Only you can wipe away from my eyes the blank stare of breathing death. Only you can call me into aliveness each time that you are kind, gentle and encouraging. Each time you try to understand because you care, my heart begins to grow wings. Very small wings, very feeble wings, but wings. With your sensitivity and sympathy and your power of understanding, you can breathe life into me. I want you to know that. I want you to know how important you are to me, how you can be the creator of the person that is me, if you choose to. Please choose to. You alone can break down the wall behind which I tremble. You alone can remove my mask. You alone can release me from my shadow world of panic and uncertainty, from my lonely person. Don't pass me by. It will not be easy for you. A long conviction of worthlessness builds strong walls. The nearer you approach, the stronger I strike back. I fight against the very thing that I cry for. But I'm told that love is stronger than walls. And in this lies my hope. Please, try to beat down those walls with firm hands, but with gentle hands. For a child that's very sensitive. Who am I, you wonder? I'm someone you know very well. For I am every man you meet. I am every woman you meet. I may even be you. I first read that in 1984, and it's not so much now. In those days it really smothers me. But masks, we all wear them. We all have starring roles in our play of life. Indeed, with our comedy, it's, that can be such a mask for me, and laughter is spiritual healing. And I know sometimes it's a mask. We produce, we direct, we rehearse, we walk off the set, take 5 and walk back on again. And sometimes we get it right, and sometimes we don't. Perception, attitude, and choices. So who am I now? Which mask am I wearing now? This gives me a mask, a place to play a part. I wear this and I get me some respect. Really. If I'm facilitating a ceremony, be it a wedding, a funeral, or a christening, I'm treated differently than if I'm in my gardening gear, or my scrubs, or my gym clothes. Even if I'm doing ceremony for a friend, I get asked if certain elements are okay or allowed. Can we do photography during the wedding? Well, yeah, but some paths would not allow that. So if I take this off, am I vulnerable? Do you see me differently now? I play a part in my own performance in every element of my day, whether it be a kiss goodbye from my consult in the morning, a medical discussion with a patient, a funny chat with a long-time client, comfort for a friend who is troubled, or my judgment of a perceived idiot texting while driving on 95. That disturbs my peace a lot. I breathe. So masks can be a costume for a situation, or they can be a cover for the pain. And we think we are so good at covering the pain. We're experts. I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't look at my agony because I can't face it. You wouldn't understand. You couldn't possibly know. You'd hate me, you'd judge me, you wouldn't like me if you only knew. You only knew that I was human? If you knew that I was a magnificent child of God making choices so that I can learn, would you be so harsh? I did a version of this talk a few years ago and I swore I wouldn't do it again. It wasn't worth the stress, the weeks of prep and writing, getting up at 3 o'clock, and yes, I was doing that all last week. The shaking, the sleepless nights, public speaking was not my forte, la 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 la. And then I did the way through workshop. Yeah, a few weeks ago, my soul was shredded. I was turned inside out, put in the washing machine on the hot cycle, tumble dry, taken out, shaken, hung out in the fresh air. It was the worst, most amazing experience. And as painful as it was, I loved it. I found my voice. I honor this young lady, Miranda. What an amazing gift she was to me within that workshop. Touched my heart. Touched my heart. And I don't even know her story, I just know her presence there, and her support was just, thank you. So, oh yeah, it's all about me, sorry. I found my voice, there I am. I found my courage and I recognized my value. My dimmer switch got turned up to full. Oh boy. Like the cowardly lion in The Wizard of Oz, I found my courage. How come I couldn't see it? And wouldn't acknowledge it? And why and was, what and am I hiding from? So I took a deep breath and said to Sid, can I be a guest speaker one week? And here I are. She's like, oh, I didn't know you were a minister. Well, she might not have said it that way. That's the way I heard it. That's what I mean. So here I are. I'm definitely still a work in progress, but I took a huge leap of progress. No, I didn't. I took a huge leap forward. I went up the ladder, I got out of jail free, and I got a triple word bonus. Life is God. And yes, I'm going to do the way through again and peel off more layers, and I will hold the space for others. I don't want to waste another opportunity, because it's just amazing that you haven't done it. Take that leap and do it. I went to my first adult children of alcoholics meeting with my ex-husband way back in the late 80s. Oh, Christmas Eve. I read Struggle for Intimacy by Janet Watsitz, and it's not pronounced like that. It's just, that's the way I see it. Have you seen the spelling of it? You can't say it. Watsitz. And she'd been following me, watching. How dare she rat about me? How dare she know? How dare she know that I was a hurting little girl, that my illusion of the Lassie family was another dream? It was a big shock and a relief to know that I wasn't alone in my pain. So I read Codependency No More, I read Love is a Choice, I read Jonathan Livingston Seagull, and I allowed the cracks to show just a little bit. I was beginning to grow very slowly. I was in a military environment, so it was more difficult, and I didn't have a toolbox yet. Fast forward to the bad year. My mom died, my car was stolen, my handbag was stolen, I was ill for a long time, work was frustrating. I was floundering, and I was confused. Something had to give. The universe was at me with a battering ram by now. So I went to see a medium, as you do. You know, you want to say money and love, you want to go and see a medium. And she pretty much said, why in heaven are you wasting your time? You have work to do, like me. You're intelligent, I am. You knew that. So my light got switched on that day. I'm not saying it was plugged in, but it was switched on. So we can all be plugged in, but you got to switch it on. So I started teeny baby steps to step into my power. Now we all got our stories, our joys and our sorrows, and we all have our masks and our roles and our illusions, and they become so interchangeable, and we easily slip from one to another all day. So when do we get brave enough to bring all the facets and fragments of oneself, me, together to be really, really authentic in each situation that I find myself in. I'm not entirely there yet. I want that background. I want that background. I'm not ready yet. Not quite ready yet to meld together all my different parts and let you see them. I still need my boundaries. Why? Judgment. I'm still wary of the judgment. I want to be safe in the illusion of who you think I am. Who am I now? Who am I now? Who am I now? Every moment. Who am I now? Give me that back now. As a massage therapist, I get to hear lots of stories, and that's where my ministry is. People that I work on, they know that I like the music, I like the laughter. It's about mind, body, spirit connection. I love it. I get to touch people's hearts every day, and they get to touch mine. It's trust. It's an amazing privilege. And I'm so thrilled and heartwarmed to see the changes that take place and someone step off the cliff and fly. Not that she's here. Of course, not everyone knows that I'm a minister. I get some very skeptical looks, but I'm telling more and more people as I step off my own cliff. The mind-body-spirit connection really hit home when I did human dissection. I've done it 3 times now. To be humbled by the incredible miracle that we are. The human body, as scary as it was to go into that lab, and it's an honourable place to be, that these people who give their bodies to be cut up are our silent teachers. To take the skin, the fat and the genitals away, to realise that we are all one, we are all the same. Few anomalies, but we are all the same underneath all that. Wow. You cannot believe the amount of rainbows there are in the muscles, how the interconnection, and this human body works without us even thinking about it. Sorry, I have to go and pump my heart. I'll be right back. Oh man, I have to go and make sure that the veins are going in the right direction and the arteries are coming back the other way. I'll be right back. To have a human brain in my hands, this lump of stuff contains everything that I've done in this body. Every memory, every action, every thought. And it doesn't work. You can't plug it into the light socket and have it work. It has to be connected to my creator and to me. I can't put my brain in Dee's head. That wouldn't be a good combination. Oh God, Dee and I had date night last night. It was so funny. We had a laugh. We are amazing. We are such miracles. And that mind-body-spirit connection just brought it home to me during dissection. So, it's a continual challenge to show up authentically every time. I'm still learning that being real doesn't mean I have to spill my guts and bring my baggage to each situation. What I can do is listen. I can bless my past, thank it for the lessons, and move on. Marianne Williamson's calendar for the 23rd of February said, "The spiritual journey, the path of recovery and personal growth, is a detoxification process in which we bring up and out the negative beliefs we have carried with us from the past that now poison the present." So we squeeze out the emotional pus and allow the wound to heal. Don't keep ripping off the scab. The way through and Margie's workshop can help with that, or Elizabeth's breath work. So many ways to heal and let go. And we're in this community, there is so much opportunity, and it's right here for us. We are really, really blessed. So many ways to heal, and the sweet relief and realization, yeah, I've grown past it. Yay, what's next? Life becomes exciting and my gratitude increases because as a peaceful warrior, I get to choose. I get to choose who I am in each moment. It's an emotional colonic. Let's get rid of the crap. Let's poop. So, as I go through my various wardrobe roles, Tony, can we have the chicken? Please. Who am I now? Who dresses their kid as a chicken? Is it any wonder I have issues? Chicken. Okay, so can we go to the next one?
We want to see the chicken.
You want to see the chicken? Okay, back to the chicken. Yeah, wasn't she cute? She dressed me up as a daisy as well, of one, but we haven't got the daisy. Okay, let's go. These are facets of still the people that are within me. So we'll go, that's the inner child, and then we're going to go to the rebel for about 5 minutes. Yeah. I want wanted to be a hippie desperately, and my granddad would not let me. My poor granddad, the 60s was such a shock for him. I wanted to wear a bell, and he said, "You're not going out with a bell, you're not a bloody cow." Oh, granddad. The discipline, let's go to the disciplined. What? Yeah! The femme fatale. We go to the next one, Tony? Oh boy. Wow. I know it doesn't even look like me, does it?
Photoshop.
And the one that I consider the most authentic. Can we go to the next one, please, Tony? There's me. That is me. That is how I feel at my most authentic. That's me, serene and contented. All the dreams of a little girl portrayed right here. This is me at Heifer International in Little Rock, and it's the most real thing I do. Beth and I go every year. There are no pretenses, because the sheep and goats really don't care that much. I get to milk the goat, I get to feed the babies, I get to play with the chicken. Oh, the chicken's back. So there are no facades and there are no illusions. And that's just me. I am that, I am. And who am I now? Can we have Jesus? Please. There he is. Who am I now? Can you see the Christ in me as I see the Christ in you? Wow. Thanks, Tony. In the film Shirley Valentine, she talks to the wall all the time, or the microwave, or a rock. She feels that the inanimate objects are the only things that can hear her. She has lost herself in the years, in the various roles of wife, mother, daughter, and neighbour. The young, vivacious girl with dreams has faded away. There's a point in the film where she ponders and says, "I don't know when it happened, the day, the month, or the year, the time when I forgot to be Shirley Valentine and became what I am today." She's also under the illusion that the girl that she hated and envied all through school, and we've all got one, that this girl became an air hostess for Concorde, and they meet up by accident, and Shirley finds out to her utter astonishment that her enemy is not an air hostess at all, but a high-class hooker. But the strange thing is, the hooker in school had always envied Shirley. It's a good chick flick. And uniforms, I love uniforms. They give me order. I like to define I like to think that they define who I am, and I can act accordingly. Like most people, I have certain clothes that I wear for gardening. I'm very happy being filthy and comfortable, as you can see with the goats. Clothes for cleaning, clothes for working out, for the clinic, for going out, for relaxing. But what's on the inside? What's happening inside me doesn't show on the outer facade. You don't know that I have my greatest ideas cleaning the loo or weeding. Well, you do now. You don't realise that inside I look like Gillian Michaels. And I'm a lean, mean fighting machine and very focused. We think we know someone inside out and then get surprised or horrified or delighted by a certain action or behaviour. We look at stars and celebrities or someone in the limelight and think that we know them. Brad and Angelina, Jennifer Aniston, or Charles and Diana. We get a certain impression of their lifestyles and we can't believe that they will get divorced, or that they can't believe she died. I mean, we only know what we've been fed. I don't know what goes on in your homes or your lives. I may think I do, or I have an impression, but I don't know. I like to go and sit on my garden swing at the back of my house, and I wonder about the people that live there. Have you ever driven around those gated cookie-cutter neighbourhoods where the houses are all the same colour and you're not allowed to have a truck on the drive, put your bins up the night before pickup, you're not allowed to have dandelions in the grass, and you better keep the grass at 2 inches high or be hung, drawn and quartered by the Homeowners Association? Appearances and illusions of a perceived perfection until you go behind closed doors. And you know the truth. Tootsie, Mrs. Doubtfire, Victor, Victoria. They all had to change who they thought they were to become somebody that was more acceptable. Sally Field, as the wife of Robin Williams, was more honest with Mrs. Doubtfire than she could ever be with her husband. And so they all had to work to become more authentic. And when the truth of who they really were was revealed, there was a deeper understanding and a lot more love. Years ago, I knew someone who was transgender. i.e. born in the wrong body. From a toddler, the female child knew that she was a boy. She knew it in the deep depths of her being, and of course she had a rough time trying to fit in, to be what others, especially her parents, expected her to be. The result's a very unhappy person, sinking into drugs and alcohol, etc. She got into recovery, more or less accepted a gay lifestyle, but knew that she still didn't fit into that particular pigeonhole. She dressed like a man, acted like a man, but because everyone knew she was female, there was never real acceptance. She was a butch woman with odd ideas. However, love knows no gender. Love knows no limits. Love knows no reason. She, and stay with me here, she met a straight woman who accepted this person so unconditionally that there releases authenticity. At last the man could emerge fully, and I'm not talking about surgery. They live as a straight couple. He is introduced as my husband, and I've observed that people who do not know the story completely accept him as a man without question. There is a genuine liking and response without judgment. If he was introduced as a woman who looks like a man, the response would and has been totally different. He is peace-filled and joyous because he can live with that facade up to a point. And I have always felt that he was one of the most spiritual people I've ever met. But I openly admit that I judged him and her pretty harshly because they, him, her, did not fit into my life. Weddings. They're always fun, aren't they? You have guests from different areas of life, best friends from school, work and church. The relatives from each side who all have their own idiosyncrasies. And don't forget, you cannot put Auntie Doris next to Uncle George because she stabbed him with a butter knife when they were 6. Everyone loves you, but will they respect and love each other and put aside their differences? Best friends from all our lives, all in the same room. There's ownership. She's my best friend. I've known her the longest. We went to school together. I haven't seen her in 25 years, but she's still my best friend. And then there are the step relatives. No wonder there's so much stress at a wedding. We people please. We've got to get everybody together. We have illusions about people. Now, my illusions are about the Queen and the Pope, because I don't think they go to the toilet. The astronaut, well, we know they go to the toilet. I just say that. The newsreader, can you imagine speaking in those clip tones all the time? Hello, and welcome to BBC America. Today we are in an Aquarian age, and we're going to meet some people who are locally known as podsters. Yes, Bob? We interrupt this broadcast for an announcement. Breaking news in Orange County. An unidentified person got home safely tonight after buying a donut from the local 7-Eleven. What you need to know and how the weather will affect your commute to the room at 6. Did you ever meet someone, form an impression and get to know them well, and then be totally gobsmacked when they do something completely different? Or know them in a certain role, then they discover they used to be a rocket scientist or run a bar, now they run a bar. Or they could be an engineer and now they're a massage therapist. Oh, there you are. Dawn just graduated from massage school. Yeah. I find it amusing to observe someone in a different role than I know them. The voice and the mannerisms change, the language. So we all know I have my very own Blackhouse Networks representative. Hello, friend. We were about to, she's gonna kill me. I'm in trouble. We were going to go to a restaurant. Well, we were on our way into the restaurant. The blackberry, the crackberry rings. Immediately, that mask changes from my loving consort to cigarette. Got a cigarette in the mouth. The stance changes, the voice changes, and we go into mode of I am a bright house supervisor, and I am going to control my men with an iron rod. It was so funny to observe. I mean, we do it all the time. God, I've had people tell me that you got it all together, you're wise, you know stuff. I fooled you. I feel like a swan sometimes. I'm serene on the water. I'm fine. And I'm paddling like hell underneath to get somewhere. Well, I learned through experience about marriage, the relationships. They weren't all bad. It wasn't hell every day. It just became hell because I didn't have the tools or the willingness or the partner to make it right and holy. I am responsible. and I choose to get better every day and become more authentic. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors. We don't know background totally because we only know a part of the story, but we judge and accept on the information we have or are given. It's always a real shock for me when you think someone has it totally together, when you hold that person or couple as a standard or as a shining example. Wow, someone actually got it right, to find sadly that they didn't, and we grieve with them. It makes them like us, illusion shattered. I'm still in contact with friends that I knew when I was a little girl, when I was in the Navy, when I was a teenager. Whenever we talk or meet, our expectation is that we are the same people that we were, and that it's what we have in common. People I knew in the Navy would never imagine that I lived the life I do now. The concept was totally foreign. Have you ever kept up a friendship by letter for years and then actually met and find that the relationship has run its course and there's no need for any more contact? I'm meeting a girl tomorrow that I haven't seen in 42 years. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. We knew each other from when we were 7 to when we were about 16, lost contact. She's over here, she wants to see me. I'm scared. She said to me, "You don't sound the same." Okay. Oh my gosh, anyway, so, it fades away with time and the illusion of what it was, and it doesn't exist. Or you can make an email friend or a pen friend and get an impression of what they are like and be really disappointed when you meet them face to face. Internet dating. Oh, it's the one, it's going to be gorgeous. How many times do we cling to situations that don't serve us anymore? We think they define us, and sometimes we can't move past them. Some time back I took part in a divorce ceremony, not for just relationships, but for situations. We decided that which didn't serve the greater good could be let go, free us up for the next phase. I often visit my Navy days and look at pictures and email folks I kept in touch with. I've got great memories, but I'm not that madcap party girl anymore. Well, I might be sometimes. Just sometimes. Depends if there's any peanut butter vodka. No. And as I've said, they probably couldn't relate to who I am. Vice versa. There's a passage in Corinthians. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child and I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I gave up childish ways. For now we see in a mirror dimly, but then face to face. For me, that means that there was a mould created at one time. I fitted it and worked to expectation. And now as an adult with some insight, I can choose to change the expected and become who God wants me to be. But I take the good and the lessons with me if I choose. I can bless the perceived bad and move on, or I can wallow in it and have a poor me, you don't know what I've been through attitude. Bless me in my mess and see me whole and healed. Dear God, I'm willing to learn. I really am, but be gentle. So let's talk about family. Oh boy. The family, I think, is one of our greatest and most trying teachers, and don't we learn behaviours quickly. My illusion of the Lesley family lasted for 7 years. There was a mummy and a daddy, a little girl and a dog. We didn't have a screen door or chickens. So we're back to the chickens again. And we didn't have a well to fall down. Are you all too young to remember Lassie and Timmy falling down the well? No. Miranda, do you know? No. Then mother will explain it. When I came to the States and got a screen door, I was so excited. I got a screen door like a Lassie door. And my best friend came over and she went, "Oh, you have a Lassie door." Oh gosh, so my mum and dad got divorced and they forgot to tell me. That's true. And I get that they were trying to protect me. I get that. But if they'd have told me, I might have understood a bit more if they'd have given me the information. Now this was in the 1960s. Divorce was still quite taboo, and my mum was now regarded in the family and the church as a fallen woman. Shame, shame. So we became this tiny little unit, me, my mum, and my nan and my granddad. Can we have the pictures of the young trio, please? That's my mum and my nan and granddad. And can we have the old ones, please? And that's how they ended up. So we have before and after. And I'm not going to tell the story of how my granddad got that black eye because it's too long and I don't know you all that well. But it was me. It's a whole, that's going to be story time. Okay, so where am I? Oh yeah, the shame. Yes, shame. I was certainly loved and cared for, but we had a secret, another skeleton to put in the cupboard. The divorce was not to be spoken outside the house and never at school. That was the norm. I found out years later that many of my classmates had their own family dramas, but I was under the illusion that their stories didn't have the guilt that I was feeling. I used to envy the freedom of a friend who was a latchkey kid. How fun to be able to get the key on the string through the letterbox and get in your house and have nobody there. Of course, it was also an invitation to burglars, but that wasn't my focus. You could get in the house, get a little key. Wow. I didn't have a key to my house because my nan and granddad were always there. Always there. Little did I know that my friend envied me having a hot meal and someone to welcome me home. An illusion. When my mom died, I had to go through her stuff. Ooh, that's an adventure. Her papers, her books, her photos, her underwear drawer. Now, you just don't want to know about your mother's underwear drawer. I found the girl. I saw the woman. I acknowledged the wife, and I had a new respect for the mother that she'd been. Facets of her that I could never have known. Roles and dreams that she created and been, but only for me was she just a mum. That was the only part of her I knew. She never cried. And I found out after her death that she'd been so afraid to unlock her heart, she was so frightened to let go and cry because she'd weep a river. And then she would be vulnerable, and then she would disappear. How sad, because if she'd softened and let go, what possibilities would there have been? She'd have opened up to love, but she didn't and couldn't. And because of that, I was able to. And I understand my mother much, much more in her death than I ever did in her life. So apart from our blood families, can you bring up the one with me and my cousin, please? There, that's my cousin Keith. I'm 5 years older than him, but he's very handsome. So that's it, that's it's left. Just me and him now. So we are miniature. We have extended family out there somewhere. Thanks, Tony. So we have subfamilies, or groups, as Sue talked about last week. And I have a Health Quest family. Some of them are here. And I have my Thursday night group sisters. And I have Beth and her tiny family. And now I have a Way Through family and a Pod family. So I'm really blessed by some amazing people that seed my joy. Now, I'm going to do some Hawaiian stuff now, and Bob's Hawaiian, so don't judge me. Because I might just pronounce it wrong. To the Hawaiian people, the greatest earthly expression of love is family, the ohana. Ohana extends the family ideal beyond immediate blood tie and includes the land, the sea and the sky, but also recognizes and respects the source, Umakua, or God, Great Spirit. Without Umakua, there is no ohana, and vice versa. With these two sacred elements working in harmony, we create pono, or balance. Therefore, we have aloha, the most sacred word that encodes the spirit of oneness. It is the first and last breath, ha, and the recognition of a sacred soul, aloha. We also know it as namaste. I recognize the Christ in you as it is in me, or I see you. The loving place deep inside our soul where discord has no rest, because we have practiced kala, forgiveness and release. Ho'oponopono. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Ho'oponopono means to make it right. Essentially, it means to make it right with the ancestors, or to make it right with the people with whom we have a relationship. It's believed that the original purpose of Ho'oponopono was to correct the wrongs that had occurred in someone's life. This is called the Hawaiian Code of Forgiveness, and it's an important thought because when we forgive others, who are we forgiving? We're forgiving ourselves. If I constantly remind myself that I'm here, on this planet, in this life, as an ambassador of God, wow, how cool is that? That can immediately change my stance, my beingness, my attitude. If I'm working on somebody, I'm like, and then I get into that, I'm an ambassador for God. This person and I, we're going to help each other heal. That's honorable. That's huge. How dare I dispute that? The way I treat myself, the way I treat others, love thy neighbor as thyself. Oh, you mean I have to love me unconditionally so that I can extend love? Duh. Namaste. Think about what it means. I recognize the Christ in you as it is in me. Who am I now? You can put Jesus up there at any time, that's okay. Christ, what Christ did, is a consciousness. It's not his last name. I am that I am. And do we dare? The more that I connect with I am, the more I realize I'm part of everything. That the vibration of this planet is manifest in so many forms. When I feel that I am that, then it's simpler. I am you, and you are me, and there's only one of us here, and we're not separate from God or each other. Luke 8 verse 16 says, no one lights a lamp and hides it in a jar or puts it under a bed. Instead, he puts it on a stand so that those who come in can see the light. We are I am. When I shine my light, and it's plugged in and it's switched on, and when I come from a peaceful place, I can help illuminate others. And then they will light their lamps, and together we can change the world. We can raise the vibration and transmute. We can go home. The end won't matter. Change is coming, is already here. And we are the change if we choose to be. And that can be whatever we perceive it to be. I choose peace. I choose namaste. I choose aloha. I choose in this now moment to be authentic. I choose to loosen the mask and reveal the face of Christ. So to conclude, for your listen, thank God. To conclude, which face are you willing to wear? The mask of illusion or the face of Christ? Thank you. Where I sit is holy, holy is the ground, forest, mountain, river, listen to the sound. Great Spirit circles all around me. Where I sit is holy, holy is the ground, forest, mountain, river, listen to the sound. Great Spirit circles all around me. Who I am is holy, holy are we, body, thought, emotion, connecting you and me. Great Spirit circles all around me. What I do is holy, holy is my way. Work and play together, celebrate the day. Great Spirit circles all around me. Where I sit is holy, holy is the ground, forest, mountain, river, listen to the sound. Great Spirit circles all around me. Who I am is holy, holy am we, body, thought, emotion, connecting you and me. Great Spirit circles all around me. What I do is holy, holy is my way. Work and play together, celebrate the day. Great Spirit circles all around me. Where I sit is holy, where I sit is holy. Who I am is holy, who I am is holy. What I do is holy, what I do is holy. Great Spirit circles all around me. Holy is the ground, forest, mountain, river. Listen to the sound. Great Spirit circles all around me.
nameless, all